Hey, good Wednesday afternoon, and thank you for joining us for 22 News at 4 o'clock. I'm Nick Oresco. Another mild day today, but we do have some changes on the way. Rain and potentially some snow for some of us. Let's bring in 22 News from team meteorologist Brian Lapis.
Yeah, in fact, a couple of chances for snow here before the end of the week. Right now, though, things are pretty quiet, and traffic-wise, we're in good shape. Look at that. Greenfield, you're in pretty good shape, all the way down to Holyoke, Chicopee, Springfield, and running fine. And then on the Pike, west of the Connecticut River, Blandford to the Berkshires, also running smoothly, and the Pike east to Worcester in good shape. Let's take a look at temperatures right now, and you can see here that we're close to 50 in some spots. Look at that, at 50 in Westfield, 49 Springfield, 48 Northampton, 46 in Greenfield, 45 in Orange, and so far so good. We've had plenty of sunshine. It's actually been a pretty nice day as expected. The rain and snow still a bit off to our west. It's approaching the Hudson River. So during the evening commute, I expect that this rain and some snow will be developing over the valley. We'll update with our 22 News Storm Team Skycast.
A Springfield man was arrested in connection with a shooting on Stafford Street Tuesday afternoon. Springfield Police spokesperson Ryan Walsh told 22 News officers were sent to the 100 block of Stafford Street, where they found a woman suffering from gunshot wounds. 37-year-old Luis Colon was arrested in connection with that shooting. Police identified Colon as a suspect last night and were granted a warrant for his arrest. He was found at the intersection on Frank B. Murray Street and Main Street with drugs and a loaded gun. The victim was taken to the hospital for her injuries and is expected to be okay. State lawmakers dropped the controversial idea to pursue so-called safe injection sites in a compromise addiction and substance use disorder bill after months of private negotiations. The Senate embraced the sites, also referred to as overdose prevention centers. There, people can use illegal drugs under the supervision of healthcare workers. Supporters say they are a life-saving tool, but opponents say these sites are illegal under federal law and would encourage illegal drug use. Public safety consultants have been selected to lead the search for a new police chief for the city of Easthampton. This comes after former police chief Robert Alberti retired due to health reasons back in August. Public Safety Consultants is a firm that specializes in law enforcement leadership recruitment. They plan to form a selection committee to pick out the ideal candidate for this leadership role. They are currently accepting applications, which you can find on our website. The Chicopee City Council has voted to approve the license for a new travel center near the Mass Pike at exit 51. The City Council approved the license in a 10-3 vote last night. It will bring several amenities to travelers on Burnett Road. The center will go near the Mass Pike and 291, and it will include a dedicated fueling station for tractor trailers, 24 parking spots, traditional gas pumps, a restaurant, and convenience stores with bathrooms. You know, Brian, it's always good to know where your nearest bathroom is, no matter where you go.
Good point.
Especially on the road.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not sure where I go from there. But
the segue to that is the roads look good. They're dry right now, but wet later on.
Yeah, exactly. Let's take a look at the clouds and radar. Once again, we've had sunshine for most of the day. Clouds are starting to roll in. And you can see all around us we have rain and snow. For most of us, this is going to be rain arriving during the evening commute. Notice 5 o'clock here this afternoon. Here comes the rain. And then over our western hills and across Franklin County, gradually this rain is going to transition to a period of some snow and sleet. Not expecting much, not expecting this to last for very long. Notice here we are at 9 o'clock. Rain for most of us, snow over the hills, and by midnight this is starting to wind down, and we even get some clearing in here by sunrise tomorrow. This is 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, mostly clear and a dry day, breezy day here tomorrow. Mixture of sunshine and clouds. We may actually end up seeing a few more clouds than we're seeing here on the Skycast. The cool down continues. We are at 50 today, low 40s tomorrow, and then some chilly air for the weekend. We'll tell you all about it on 22 News at 5.
The U.S. Supreme Court announced today that it would take up TikTok's appeal challenging a federal law. It could ban the popular social media app by next month. The court acted just a day after TikTok filed its appeal and will hear arguments on January 10th before issuing a decision on whether to put the law on hold. The law would require TikTok's Chinese owner ByteDance to sell the platform to an American company or face a ban. The bipartisan measure passed by Congress would go into effect on January 19th, the day before President-elect Trump takes office. The Federal Reserve cut its key interest rate by a quarter point, the third cut this year. The agency also signaled that it expects to reduce rates more slowly next year than it previously thought because of still elevated inflation. The problem is that while inflation has dropped far below its peak of 9% in 2022, it remains above the 2% target. In September, they estimated they would cut rates 4 times in 2025. Well, the Mega Millions jackpot is still growing. No one won big last night, with the grand prize growing to $825 million. The current jackpot has been increasing since September, when a ticket sold in Texas landed an $800 million jackpot. That's the 7th largest payout in the game's history. Tickets cost $2 plus an additional $1 if you opt for the Megaplier. The next drawing will be held at 11 o'clock on Friday night, and we will have those winning numbers on 22 News at 11 o'clock. Well, tonight on 22 News, starting at 5 o'clock, many home fires happen during the holiday season between Thanksgiving and New Year's. Hear how to make fire safety part of your holiday celebrations. Plus, how the Mass Fiscal Alliance is working to enforce ballot question 1, which allows the auditor the authority to audit the state legislature. And how Westfield Barnes Regional Airport is working to enhance electric aviation in the Northeast.
Traffic north and southbound from Greenfield to Springfield looking good on I-91 and east and west on the Pike from the Berkshires to Worcester County and through Springfield, of course, also looking good. We've got some rain on the way in, though, for the evening commute. We'll track it on 22 News at 5.
Okay, Brian, thank you, and thank you for joining us for 22 News at 4 o'clock. Latest news and weather updates anytime on our website, wwlp.com, and the free 22 News app.